Well, good morning, Madam President, faculty, members of the Board of Governors, graduates, guests, and family and friends. You know, by the time you become a senior, you are bound to have acquired an alarming degree of smugness. You've experienced a lot. You have accomplished innumerable goals. You think you've seen and heard it all. And then this happens. We would like to bestow an honorary doctorate degree upon you, and your whole belief system is shaken. Proof that our lives are unpredictable, that there is no formula for how it might turn out, for who would have expected this at my age? So I am here this morning, both astonished and delighted to receive this incredible honor. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation to Mount Saint Vincent for the 7 Black women it has previously honored: Rosemary Brown, Elizabeth Cromwell, Mayanne Francis, Ruth Johnson, Pearline Oliver, Rosa Parks, and Maxine Tynes. See, I can't stop doing research. It is because of women like these, with great abilities and vision, that I was motivated to achieve more for myself, to help others, and to advocate for change. Their successes and sacrifices, especially in the face of opposition and adversity, have helped African Nova Scotians envision greater things for ourselves and also our communities. In a province with large numbers of people of African descent, I was troubled by our lack of opportunities and concerned how African Nova Scotian history, experiences, and contributions were minimized in our school curriculums. With those realizations came great challenges to effect change. Through teaching and writing and working with young people and organizations, I discovered it was possible to use these avenues as vehicles for change and to make a difference in the lives of others. There's a lot to be said for persistence and conviction. As graduates, I encourage you to confront what needs to be changed, and I'm sure you'll find a lot of things that need change. And I encourage you to find and use your own vehicles. I'm not talking about switching to electric cars, but I'm talking about using your own unique voice and gifts to confront societal norms. Sadly, we know that change is difficult. We are under threat continually from changing circumstances: unemployment, migration, climate change, inequality, terrorism, nationalism, and corruption, as well as the revival of old ideologies and growing indifference. One huge problem we encounter is that enormous speed bumps are in place to slow us down. Walls of fear, racism, Islamophobia, bigotry, homophobia, and misogyny continue to assert great influence over logic and progress. These impediments thrive like weeds in a garden, and they will run rampant if not challenged. They will overpower us, and they will distort our future. In the face of these constant threats, consider that we in Canada are not isolated from worldviews and actions. Much is demanded of those who want a just world, peace, and security. We must remember that in the face of such deeply rooted practices, we've managed with great tenacity to forge ahead. Consider this: progress is most often by design, only sometimes by accident. Many brave individuals remain focused. They unite with others, they resolve problems, and they cheer each other on. Hope blooms all around us. Women like Harriet Tubman, Nellie McClung, Rosa Parks, and yes, Hillary Clinton are but a few who, because of their purpose, altered our thinking and biases. Men like Gandhi, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela are recognized as having transformed the world. With purpose, men and women with enormous vision continue to advocate for justice, for cooperation and awareness by standing up for their beliefs among bullies and naysayers. But make no mistake, change requires constant due diligence. In a CBC interview, comedian Sean Majumder said something that stuck in my mind. He said, "People are good at heart, but we have to shine the light on hate to find the love." The efforts of great leaders are important, and many have contributed to life-altering shifts in our society. However, remember this, many have affected the world, but they have not changed it. We must continue to find the right balance to preserve our pluralistic and democratic society, all the while preserving peace and security. We must never be secure that all change offered to us is good, as witnessed in this joke. A young man asked a pretty young homeless woman if he could take her home. Well, she smiled and she said yes. The look on her face soon changed, though, when he walked away with her cardboard box. The challenge is real. We can build walls and wage wars, or we can be open and learn to compromise. This will depend on moral leadership and the willingness to find new ways forward. An old African proverb says, "Your ancestors' glory should not prevent you from winning your own." The survival of the world will depend on citizens like you to believe in diversity, who are open to change, who are curious, and filled with courage. Much is required to design a way forward that doesn't disadvantage one group while benefiting another. It's a tall order. No one expects you to do it all, but if everyone did their part, how the garden would flourish. Universities like Mount Saint Vincent are our fortresses for the way forward. They give hope to the next generation. They are the light that refines our minds and hones our skills. And so, dear graduates, now that you are full of light and possibly full of alcoholic spirits from celebrating your achievements, the future lies before you. We need young people who are grounded in who they are and what they want for themselves and the world. You've already started down this road with a good footing for an ongoing education of lifelong learners. So be daring. I'm daring. Ask anyone. Be bold. Sometimes I'm too bold. Be open-minded. I think I have that. There's a lot of air in my head. And be fair. But foremost, as I pride myself in being, be an individual. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Once you've accomplished all these things, earn that money. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this thought. Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. So I like to wish blessings to each and every one. Have a wonderful future, do good deeds, be an individual, and all that other good stuff. So blessings to each and every one, and thank you.